Hello everybody, welcome back to the next part of Syberia. We just made it into this new little room here. We picked up a notebook and some letters that we're going to read here in just a moment after I give you your daily real-world Syberia fact. So today's fact is, there is a diamond mine so large that they don't let helicopters fly over it, due to several instances where the helicopters were sucked in. So, that sounds a little scary. Guess just different air pressures hitting each other, causing some kind of a sucking vacuum to pull them into it. Okay, so we want to go to our files. Let's look at this. Okay, we already looked at that before. We still haven't really determined what this was indicating yet. Press cuts was the notebook, and then letters to Helena, I guess, from maybe this guy. So let's look at the press cuts. Young Helena Romansky's crystal clear voice moves amateurs and professionals alike, gathered for the 9th Voigt or Festival in Brussels. The young Russian soprano was the revelation of the event. She is an exceptionally talented singer, and at the tender age of 20, Helena looks to have a very promising career ahead of her. Okay. Helena Romansky's finest numbers are collected here on this golden disc, millions of copies of which are being sold around the world. The Voice, Helena Romansky. Now that record's not in very good shape, is it? Comrade Helena Romansky sings for the people. Her series of recitals with piano performed in the factories of our great republic. After Kiev, our diva arrives in Komkalskrud. I can't say that right. Ravishing Helena is seen here with her factory director, Comrade Borodine, and several admirers. So that's her, and that's the guy that we were just talking to. So he's been around her before. Helena Romansky's success in Europe is assured. The great Helena Romansky, our nation's glory, appears in triumphs every night on Europe's most famous stages. Following from Milan, Paris, and Vienna, Helena Romansky gave an exceptional recital in which her voice was even more powerful and moving than ever. Helena Romansky at this point is at the peak of her artistic career, and her recitals that year are exceptional. The high point and testimony to this greatness is her unforgettable interpretation of Rigoletto, sung with her great friend, the Russian tenor Frank Malkovich. That's the Frank Malkovich that Kate's mother's hanging out with. Let us not forget that the latter has recently decided to pursue his career in the United States. Interesting. Yesterday evening, adoring crowds filled out the Bolshoi to say their fond farewells to Helena Romansky, their diva, making her last ever public appearance. Romansky revolutionized lyrical artistry, and her name has already passed into posterity. Through the well of emotion, her fatigue and illness, she merely managed to utter a tearful thank you. Okay. Letters to Helena. Not known at this address. Return to sender. Moscow. Bunches of them. At least 4. Okay, June 15th, 1997. Dear Helena, pray forgive me such familiarity of tone. I have written to you so often and for so long now that I feel like I have come to know you intimately through my correspondence. I hope if my previous letters have reached you that you share this feeling. I am writing to you at this address for the 112th time. I hope that one day you will return there and you will find one of my letters. This one maybe. I can only hope. It's just that I have so much to say to you, so much to share. My work progresses well. As I wrote before, the hardest part was to put theory into practice, but I am gradually finding solutions to the problems and have managed to add a whole host of fine adjustments. The grand organ is now nearly complete. I can't wait for you to see it. Madam, I have transformed my factory into a crown, and I hope that you will be its jewel. It is magnificent stage, one worthy of your talent and beauty. Helena, I feel so close to you, and you alone are all I think about. The more time that goes by, the more certain I become that one day you will visit me in this factory that is dedicated entirely to you. I have immense hope in my heart and awaiting your acceptance of my invitation. Yours in faith and devotion, Sergio Bourdin. It's the only one we get to read. Okay. Alright. There's nothing else we can do in here. Check I'm recording. I'm just always worried I'm not, because I've had it happen. Can't look at any of these things any closer. Okay, nothing we can do here. Go back and try to talk to him again, maybe? I don't know. Can't do anything here. It's not where I wanted to go. It's back upstairs. There's no doors over here. How are we going to go find this lady if Oscar has no hands to operate the train? Can't go over here, can we? Nope.
It seems this monorail is controlled from somewhere else.
Let's go back in here one more time.
Listen, obviously all this has been just one big misunderstanding. So you're going to give me Oscar's hands back, and we are going to get out of your city immediately.
Out of the question. I must have these hands. That is all.
That is all.
Who are you?
Sergei.
I didn't choose to stop.
It is the... right.
I'm sorry, I can't make heads or tails out of your story at all. Without my engineer's hands, I'm stuck here, you see?
Everything I have designed, all that I have invented, everything is for her. Do you realize? Her. Oh, to hear her sing one more time, here in my factory.
But who is she? Who are you talking about?
Helena. The one and only one I would...
And is...
Sure, I don't...
And you...
I'm not gonna sit through all this again.
And what if I helped you to make some other hands?
Why?
You mentioned...
I pieced it together myself.
Your passion amazes me.
No. Hans Vorarlberg.
Sure.
My dear...
When you stepped on the train...
Well...
Out of...
Made...
I hope...
Okay.
Please, excuse me. I have to go now.
So be it.
Can I show him any of this? Nope. Nope. Okay. Can't turn that wheel. Okay. I don't know what else we could possibly do out here. I feel like at some point you can get something out of one of these boxes. Let's go talk to... Hold on. Let's go talk to Oscar again. Not entirely sure what we need to do at this moment, so I'm just kind of going around and checking out stuff. Okay.
How are you, Oscar?
Apart from the fact that I am incapable of drinking a cup of tea, of reading the paper, of scratching my nose, or even of adjusting my spectacles, everything is fine. Thank you for asking, Kate Walker.
You know, Oscar, some of my reactions here surprise even myself. I didn't think I was capable of all this.
Indeed, I admire you greatly for your achievements, Kate Walker.
That's sweet, Oscar.
The simple expression of a logical conclusion based on recorded data.
Not a compliment.
Oscar, we can only carry on our journey by train if we get your hands back. And the only way to get your hands back is to accept the director's offer.
You mean bring back this singer, Helena Romansky? Oh dear. And what else will we need to do to get the hands back?
Always ready with the precise euphemism. If it puts your mind at rest, Oscar, I absolutely do not need your help this time. Just take care of yourself while I'm away.
That's a request I'm happy to obey, Kate Walker.
This whole business is taking me out of my way. I'm beginning to wonder if I shouldn't just go back to New York and say that Hans Vorarlberg is dead.
Hans Vorarlberg dead? Do you have some new information you have not shared with me?
No, it was just a convenient hypothesis.
Kate Walker, you mean you are ready to lie? I am deeply shocked. I thought that you were a sincere and honest person.
Do you ever have a moment's weakness, Oscar?
Never, Kate Walker. Discouragement does not feature in my behavior options.
You're right, Oscar. We will find Hans and find him alive. That much I do believe.
That's much more like it, Kate Walker.
Okay.
Take a note, Oscar. Not breaking down in this hellhole? Good idea.
How many times must I inform you, Kate Walker? This is not a mechanical failure. Winding the spring mechanism is standard service procedure.
Always ready with the precise euphemism.
An engineer also prides himself on precision in such matters.
I guess he's right. It's not a failure if it's part of how it functions.
Right. I'm done. Take care of yourself, Oscar.
Good luck, Kate Walker. And don't forget me.
Still a mechanical problem. He kind of has that RT-D2 kind of thing, Star Wars vibe going. Not RT-D2, CP30. Let me look that up. I'm not a CP30. I'm not a Star Wars aficionado. Yeah, that's who I was actually referring to. The gold colored one, CP30. I get strong vibes of him as an influence for making Oscar. Okay. And every time, let me go back in here. Every time I see this patch on him, it just makes me think of the Ferrari logo for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's actually the Volberg symbol of an automaton silhouette that on a patch is what's on him there. He's so cool. He deserves his own game. I will say, it won't spoil anything. He's in Syberia 2, he's in Syberia 3. And in Syberia 3, there's actually a DLC, downloadable content, that they've released for the game. And it lets you play as Oscar for a little while. So that's going to be really fun to do again. I was going to say, he does deserve his own game, as cool as he is. So you do kind of get to play him a little bit. Okay, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to go and check everything again, I guess. Because I have the metal shears and the screwdriver still. Okay, here's something.
I don't need to do that.
Oh, okay, I guess that's a lever, like the one we pulled up there. You can't even see it. Just looks like it's in the darkness. That's the thing with a lot of these games back then, too, that were point and click with the cursors. A lot of times you'd have to find, like, some little bitty thing in the scene, like a hidden object game, that's a critical item, you know, in a pretty large area. And if you don't find it, then you just can never get past where you are. So maybe I can cut this.
That looks like a ventilation duct.
Okay, she's not wanting to cut it. What about the screwdriver?
That looks like a ventilation duct.
Well, what's the point if I can't interact with it? Meaning you can go in this way or you could come out this way.
That looks like a...
Okay.
That look...
Alright. So something there. Otherwise it wouldn't be something you could get more information on, I don't think, if it wasn't important. It's extremely dark. Just looking for the cursor to change, indicating I can interact or go a certain direction. The only way I can do is go forward. Just leads back to that elevator. Thought that was a lever maybe, but it doesn't appear to be anything. That's the lever for the elevator. Recall that there was something more you could do in this location. Don't know what it is. Okay, so I'll go pull this lever again. Okay, back here again. Let's look up here again, I guess. So he has already attached the new hands onto this automaton over here. And we can't remove them. Even though we have the same tool that he used to take them off of Oscar. I would just cut him off and leave, but he's watching us, so can't go over here. Can't take this fire extinguisher. It's the elevator, leads back outside. Go back. What if we go all the way down here? No, you can't do that. Okay. Let's go back in here again. I mean, if I don't figure out what we need to do in this video, I'll look it up online after this video. Just making sure we're not missing any items. Nope. Apparently not. Maybe we can just leave. But she doesn't know how to control the train. Seems like they could do it together. Since she does have hands, you know what I'm saying? He could just tell her what she needs to do to operate it.
It seems this monorail is controlled from somewhere else.
Where is that somewhere else? Can't use these on him. Can't even show him the letters that he'd been writing her, surprisingly. Let's see what he says again real quick.
Listen,
Out of the...
I'm sorry, I can't make heads or tails out of your story at all. Without my engineer's hands, I'm stuck here, you see?
Everything I have designed, all that I have invented, everything is for her. Do you realize? Her. Oh, to hear her sing one more time here in my factory.
But who is she? Who are you
Helena. When I was told that the mining program was to be abandoned, that this industrial city was consigned...
And is...
Sure. Once she finds out that I have done all this for her,
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe someone should look...
and you promised that one...
I promise.
Well,
I have no idea. But for a woman of the world like...
this whole story... And what if I helped you to make...
Why should life be...
When you stepped on the train...
Well,
Out! I hope... Please, excuse...
so be it.
Whatever, dude. Hold on a second. Looks like a wheel you could turn, but she doesn't want to interact with it. A few other things we could check. Go back to the thing over here. Nothing actually in it, but we could go back in that little room up there, but I don't think there was anything to mess with either, so I don't think that's going to accomplish anything. Check it out, though. There's nothing else to do in here. Can't go back. Forward. Gonna skip this because we've already seen it. Cross back over here. I don't know, like, I just have deja vu of, like, the other times I played this game, like, getting stuck here for a while, like, every time I played. There's nothing here to mess with. This is where we got the fuse. And there's these two windows. And this door that's locked. It's not like we can bust the windows or anything.
I can't go that way.
Okay. Go see if I can get into that one room in the train now, maybe. Maybe it's open because I'm allowed to use the train. So we gotta go back. Skip. Let's go back there to the train. this is not what we need to do, then I'm gonna look up just on some random guide to see what I'm actually missing, so we can move on. I think this is where I needed to be to pilot it, and she's not willing to climb in there, so... It's only allowing me to go in here. I've already wound the train, so... Can't go up here, can't go over. I still can't go in here. This door. Okay guys, so we'll stop the video here. I'll figure out between now and the next video what we need to do. When we get back in the next video, we'll do what we need to do. And I will see you there. Thank you. Bye.